Hey everyone, the time has finally come. We are at the Black Gate of Mordor, hoping to buy Frodo some time. And Sauron's forces are flowing out of the gate. There are countless orcs and trolls and just all kinds of bad guys. It is crazy. They did such a good job with the scale of that little mini cutscene, and then we get thrown into this massive battle in the wastes with Aragorn and Gimli and Legolas and Gandalf, and we are ready to fight. We get a ton of little mini quests with all these people who are fighting with the Free Peoples, Éomer, and a lot of the Grey Company, the Rangers of the North, who are Aragorn's people. So a lot of these little quests are just kind of like slay for monsters, and then you get thrown into the next challenge of helping the next person. So they do a really good job of keeping the energy going while you're in this fight and sending you all over the place to all these different battles that are happening. So the way that this is set up is we are in the Slag Hills. It's called the Wastes, right outside of Mordor. And the Free Peoples are set up on these two different hills. There's an east hill of slag and a west hill of slag. So a lot of these quests were going back and forth between the two. And I love the way they do these little mini maps and these huge battles. It was really cool outside of Minas Tirith, and it's still really cool here, where you can just kind of get a feel for the scale of the Free Peoples are just on these two small hills, and you are completely surrounded by orcs. I also really like the way that this is set up. It's so different from in the Return of the King movie, where Aragorn and his forces are just like charging at the Black Gate, which like really doesn't make any sense. They just get completely destroyed. And I think they do a good job in this game of setting it up like, hey, you are completely outmatched. There are a ton of quests leading up to this moment, and all of them are like, everyone is afraid of dying. Like, everyone is afraid of fighting in this battle. So I think that's one of the things they did. Like, it's just an incredible job of setting up that this is a lost cause. We are doing this because we know Frodo is still alive, or Sam is still alive, and they have a chance of destroying the ring. And so we are doing everything we can to buy them time and empty Mordor of all these orcs. So we are going to march on Mordor and fight there. And I know they do a good job of setting that up in the movie too. I'm not knocking that. I just think this is a much more realistic way that this fight would pan out. And so we are back with Aragorn here. And so you can see now we're heading over to the western Slag Hill. So we were on the eastern one. Now we're heading through to the western one. And there's this one little passage, and then this like acid kind of looking water. And we get ambushed by some orcs on the way. Now I am a little bit over leveled here. I'm playing on my red captain, and I've been doing a really good job of trying to complete most of the deeds in the areas as I have led up to this point. So I am level 113, and this is, I think, a level 105 capped area. So this is not like difficult, but it's cool. Really enjoy it. So we were just helping Prince Imrahil, and now we are over to King Éomer, which is super cool. So we got like the Rohirrim fighting. And then I think that the other thing they do really well in this fight is like some of the characters that you've met along the way die here. And that's okay. Like, that's what happens in an epic battle like this. And we've got Baragond and Pippin here. Merry is still recovering from his wounds in Minas Tirith along with Éowyn. So Merry is not here. We've got some random person, Thalanir, here, who lost his sword and is afraid, and we've got to find them a sword. There are a lot of like little random quests here, which is fine. Like, it kind of breaks up the combat a bit. The music is super good. They did a great job with that. It's got that epic feeling to it. Here we go, the fallen sword we've got to pick up after we kill this orc. And we'll head back to Thalanir, which is a cool name. Thalanir has gone beyond need of a sword. He is slain. See, like, they're not afraid to have some of these characters die in this fight because it's such an insane fight. And you've got the Nazgul flying overhead, like just adding that pressure. Tons of enemies in the distance. These big trolls fighting. We're up to 3 out of 6. Alright, one more. We've got another monster over here. Another orc. I don't know why I keep saying monster. I guess they are monsters. So Amir's hurt. He's got an injury to his arm, so that's why he's kind of like fighting in the middle here. And now we're going back to the other side to talk to Legolas again. Getting chased. Can't lead the orcs up onto the top of the hill here. We've got Elro here. That's one of Elrond's sons. The orcs do not have the speed to best me. A lot of the dialogue in this quest is really good too. They did a good job with that. I've really been enjoying my Red Captain. I feel like after 100 levels, I've finally figured out like the more optimal way to play him. So I've really been enjoying that. And maybe going to be, you know, trying some new characters now that I have the extra slots from being a VIP. Steady yourselves. Aragorn asks about the fighting on the other hill. The enemy have drawn back slightly. Alright, here we go. Surrounded on all sides. The quest distance is called Mordor Triumphant, so that can't be good.
We must rejoin the fight.
There's orcs everywhere. Along with all of our allies, people we've seen and done other quests with. Like Aragorn's Grey Company are all here, the ones that are still alive. Nazgul. Oh man, that's so epic. Like, brutal. They just picked up Calenglad and like dropped him, I think.
Find him.
Brutal. Do not give up, Talismere. Remember, from above I saw light. It cannot be quenched. Great shouting and clamor rises from the west. So we'll head over to that slag hill. Marathon. Oh, man. I don't know if we knew who that was, but that's brutal. Glasgow, that's a sweet name, honestly. These are all people that we've done quests with before. I just don't remember all of them. Because, like, part of leading up to this mission is gathering all of these people to come here to help Aragorn. You should not have gotten in our way, wretches. Then we've got this wound-crazed Olog, which I don't know that... I think we saw these in the battle for Minas Tirith, but it's not like a thing that I am familiar with. Find Pippin atop the western slag hill. Oh man, imagine being Pippin in this fight. Brutal. You hear a scream from above that was Pippin's voice. Baragond. And Pippin's underneath this troll. Oof. Pippin does not move.
There is no end to this onslaught.
We must fight back to King Elisar before it is too late.
Their final assault! Stand tall, men of Gondor and Rohan! Stand tall, men of the North! You have fought well and bravely, my friends, but our time is nearly at its end. It has been an honor to fight alongside you. We must keep fighting until we no longer can. No one is coming to save us. For who could? We are on our own.
These cutscenes are so good. And like pretty simple, but they convey so much. It's so good. So that's the end of this instance, and I'm wondering, like, obviously I'm playing this like years after this part of the game came out, but I'm sure that there was like a break in time where that was as far as you could go, because it says like continued in the next book. So that must have been, I mean, it's not really a cliffhanger because like obviously you know what happens, but what a crazy place to pause the story. So we pick it back up, Book 9, Chapter 1. We've got to clear some orcs out. We know the eagles are coming because we just saw that crazy cutscene. And it's hard to tell, but I think in this part of the battle, like the eagles are here, like fighting off the Nazgul. The eagles are... Okay, so no, the eagles are coming now. The tide turns in our favor. Yeah, now that there's like giant eagles fighting the Nazgul. There's a ton of orcs, and it doesn't look like there's anybody left on this hill except for me and Aragorn. Where did Gandalf go? Whoa. That eagle just swooped down out of nowhere. That was sweet. And here we go. We know Frodo did it. All the Nazgul are flying back. Or I guess Frodo didn't do it yet at that point. Frodo put on the ring, and that's how they know. And then Gollum did it, really. Oh man, they did such a good job with this eagle model. It looks so good.
Mordor shakes beneath Orodruid's wrath. Fly swiftly, my friend. If Frodo or Samwise still live, we have to find them quickly.
The mountain burns. I will circle to the far side, but someone must search the nearest nook, and with haste.
That is a task for my adventurer. We will circle Orodruin and come back for you. May one of us find our hobbits.
That's all we are to Gandalf, his adventurer. But it's pretty sweet that we're the ones that found Samwise and Frodo on the side of Mount Doom. Pretty crazy. I didn't know that Talismir was in this book. So Sam hands us the Light of Galadriel here. Or File of Galadriel, and we head to the edge and then get our epic moment. The Eagles have come.
The ring was destroyed. Gwaihir and his kin braved the great peril of the skies and carried our heroes from the wreck of the burning mountain. And on the field of Cormallen, they were praised for their great deeds and the successful completion of the quest. The Lord of the Rings was no more, and Middle-earth was made safer by his defeat.
That's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. What an epic ending to this part of the story of Lord of the Rings Online. Obviously, there is a ton more, and I'm going to keep playing, but I am super satisfied with the way that they did the final conclusion, this battle at the Black Gate. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that like button. Please subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.